as technology, as tech helps advisors automate things and helps them become more efficient or effective, and able to help more people, most likely. You had said something about advisors evolving into more of like the wealth coach, the life coach combo, and investment selection being more all this stuff is going to be more automated and accessible to everyone. Tell me about how to, maybe not how, but just tell me more about that life coach, wealth coach combo. How should we be thinking about that as advisors?
I think that one should be thinking about it this way. We know that the value of an advisor, so rewind 20 years, rewind 30 years, whatever, 20 years in back into history, the value of an advisor was access to the markets, right? A person that wanted to buy or sell a stock or potentially access certain investments had to go through one of us, right? Well, that all changed with fintech and the democratization of access to the markets. Okay, so now the value of an advisor is no longer access to the market. So what did the industry do? The industry started evolving, and about 20 years ago, we start seeing fee for service, right? AUM billings replacing commission and sales, right? And now it's kind of ubiquitous that most advisors and most firms are moving that direction. Not fast enough, but nonetheless. Okay, so then the next question is, well, what comes next? Well, then we moved into the information age, essentially, right? And then for a while, I think it was like advisors could help clients get access to certain information, and now that's ubiquitous with AI, right? Imagine anybody being able to ask, any of the major AI platforms out there, a compliance-related question, like summarize the SEC rules regarding X. Here you go. Mm-hmm. So in the future, I think why advisors need to start thinking about themselves more as a coach is it's not going to be access to the markets. It's not even going to be access to information. It's going to be, what do we do with all the data in front of us? Because asking the right question is going to be the key to getting the answer, whether it's from a human or from an LLM, from an AI platform. So if you don't know how to ask the question, right, if you don't know how to think of this as a coach, I think you're going to miss the ball, right? Mm-hmm. And we are not that far away from AI-powered robo-advisors, where people will talk to the robo-platform just as if they're talking to a human. Jump one step further, if people haven't seen what is able to be created with audio and video and even deep fakes, like there's enough videos out there of me, we've been joking about just making an AI version of Ron. So the coaching element is learning how to ask the question behind the question. Right? Mm-hmm. And that gets to thinking more strategically. It gets to even thinking more conceptually, right? Mm-hmm. And I believe advisors have to make that turn, because our value is going to be, here's how we make sense of the data, right? Here's how we get to the right solution, right? We've got a playbook now with an infinite number of options and an infinite amount of data, but here are the 3 things that are right for you, Mr. Client, and why, right?
Yeah. Do you think that the number of advisors is going to shrink drastically? What does Rick Edelman think?
So I asked Rick this question on my interview with him, which is on our website, thefutureofadvice.com. Last year, I've been told, and I haven't vetted this, but I've been told by people I respect in this space that headcount, advisor headcount, actually shrunk just a little bit, like 3 or 4%. The replacement rate for professional advisors does not seem to be being met across professional advising industries. So there's less young people in accounting programs in colleges than there are CPAs who are reaching retirement age every day. And the same is true for financial advisors. So it's an interesting conundrum in that it's likely that at best our headcount stays stagnant. There's nothing out there to indicate any trend line that's like the number of advisors is like rocketing, upwards rapidly. But this year we're hitting, I believe this is the year, we're hitting like the peak amount of baby boomers hitting age 65 every day. I think it's like 14,000 people a day, right? So the number of people that need an advisor is increasing. At best, advisor headcount's flat, but it's likely that we're not going to see the replacement ratio met for advisors who are either retiring or getting bought out with new people coming in. I just don't see it.